And remember, we are talking about The Seven Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. I explained four of the habits, and today I will continue from where I ended. Please follow us on TikTok, follow us on YouTube, follow English Express on IG and Facebook. Again, if you haven't seen my first book, I published my first book. It's on Amazon, it's on Seller, and probably on Jumia, The Golden Night of Horror. Read the book. An interesting episode. It is encouraging, it is enlightening. If you read the book, you're going to learn a lot of things, and your self esteem, your optimism will skyrocket. Thank you, and I encourage each and every one of us to participate in this leadership course and to ask questions where necessary. We all are leaders. Leaders are servants. Leaders know the way, okay? They go the way and they show the way. Leaders lead by examples, okay? If you're a leader, someone asked me a question. That means, what is the difference between a trained leader and a born leader? Firstly, we all are leaders. You need to note that. You might think that you are not a leader, but there are people looking up to you. There are people expecting from you. Even in your classroom, even in your class session, there are people who believe in you. They look up to you and they know that you are like a mentor to them. Some of them aspire to be like you. So we need to watch the way we live our life. We need to have positive attributes because we all are leaders. We are all leaders, okay? Some of us are charismatic. Some people are born leaders. When you see them, they take actions, they lead, they control, they are empathetic, they are sympathetic, and they are democratic. Some people are born leaders. Yeah, they have that innate ability in them to lead a community, to lead their peers. They just need one or two furnishings to make them look perfect. While others have the zeal, they are zealous, to control, to take the lead. They need to study, to empower themselves. We need to keep reading. Like I said, great leaders are readers. We need to read in order for us to understand our leadership rules, to understand the world in which we live in. Leaders are world changers. Leaders are servants. Okay? A true leader is a servant, and a servant must lead like an example. You don't just give instructions or directions, you show them how to do it and you take part in the activity. That is servant leadership. By the time we finish and explore all our leadership courses, I believe that some of us will experience or will practice the ideology of servant leadership. That is how it is supposed to be. Servant leadership. You are selfless. You lead your community. You lead your congregation. You lead your organization. Okay? With humility, with open mindedness, with genuinity. That is who a leader is. A leader is a servant. A leader is not just the boss who says, I can do everything, it's my company. A leader is a servant. And as a servant, you need to be meek. You need to be open minded. You need to accept corrections. You need to be innovative. You need to upgrade your skills and personality to be perfect. So, this leadership course is very important. Many people pay to learn about leadership courses, but I'm giving it for free because I'm a leader and I'm a way changer. I am changing my world. I am changing my generation by giving free lessons, free teachings online. If you have any, some people used to say, Miss B, I really want to create impact in my community. I have this low self-esteem. I don't know how to carry myself along. I want to equally do presentation. I want to do things, but I don't know where to start. You need to start doing them. When you start doing it, you become perfect. But when you don't do it, you never learn. As a leader, we keep learning every day and we stand to be corrected. No one is an island. I encourage my viewers, my fans, my followers on all my social media handles to start doing it. It doesn't matter how small it is, it's all about starting. Hard work, consistency, discipline, and determination. Communication is the key. And for an individual to be a perfect communicator, you need to practice. It's all about practice. Practice make perfect. You need to practice how to speak. You need to develop yourself. That is self development. As the days are unfolding, we are going to have so many interesting courses and, if possible, practical sessions. Or equally invite others to give us their own ideas. That is leadership. As a leader, we work as a team. We cooperate to perfect our vision, to create an impact in our community, to create a positive outcome. So now let's begin with the habit of empathetic communication. Firstly, we need to now, the fourth habit is seek to seek first to understand, then to be understood. This is a fifth habit. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. At school, most of the time, some of us we learn how to read, how to write, how to speak, but we don't learn how to listen. Listening is a skill which is very important. Communication is an instrumental skill in life. The words in which we use and the way we talk to people can either create problems or solve problems. Okay? We spend so many years to read books and to focus on other language skills, neglecting listening. Most times, people listen just to respond, just to reply, rather than understanding. We need to understand before we speak. So, listening is a habit. We need to practice listening. At times, I observe some people during symposium or during casual discussion. Some of them become journalists and they never listen to others, but they just want to speak and communicate. They just want to express themselves detailedly, loudly, neglecting their opponent or respondent. Communication is a two-way thing. You have the speaker and you have a listener, and we can equally switch. I listen, you speak, I listen. Most people in this 21st century, they don't like to listen. They don't like to understand because according to them, it is pointless. But today, as a great leader, you need to seek to understand, to listen before you give input. That is why there's a difference between someone who takes her time to listen to a conversation or an activity and responds comprehensively, unlike someone who doesn't listen but tries to give input. The more you listen, at times people think that I already know this. Yeah, you might think you know it, but in the course of listening, you learn new things. We are supposed to be open minded. We are not supposed to have a closed mentality. We need to be open minded. An open minded person is rich in wealth. An open minded person is rich in intellectualism. When you're open minded, you have a lot of input, you have a lot of information in your horoscope. You have a lot of things to say when you are asked to say. You have a lot of contributions and problem solving skills. You understand? Most of the times, when people express themselves, or even in organizations, employees are impatient to listen. They agitate. You keep seeing hands up. I have a solution. I have a question. Hadn't been you are patient to listen, maybe the question you are about to ask will be answered in the course of the explanation. So we need to learn how to be good leaders. We need to learn how to be good listeners. When we listen more, we become jovial. When we listen more, we work as a team. We give positive contribution when needed. But if we don't listen, we cause a lot of problems in our communities, in our environment, in our friendship, even at home, in our family. We need to listen to one another. We need to learn from one another. So that was the fifth habit, okay, about the seven habits of highly effective people. So the fifth habit is seek first to understand, okay, then you are understood. You don't just start talking, you understand the point of your opponent, then you give your input, your contribution. Now let's talk about the sixth point, which is synergize, synergy. Okay, the sixth habit is synergize. What does it mean to be synergy or synergetic or synergize? Synergize means you need to be innovated, you need to be creative. That is the habit of creative cooperation. When we talk about synergy, we are talking about the habit of creative cooperation. You know, as a leader, we must work as a team. I keep saying it. You can't do it alone. You must work as a team. In your family, you must work as a team to experience growth, to experience expansion, to experience a transformative, beginning or a new down. You must work as a team. I might have an idea, you have an idea, we match them to form powerful creative work. So we must synergize. To put it in simple terms, synergy means two heads are better than one. Two heads are better than one. You and I, we come together to produce a positive and productive result. In your organization, you come with your team members, okay? You plan, you synergize, you cooperate, teamwork with open mindedness to perform something great. That is how it is supposed to be. Okay? That's how it is supposed to be. Thank you so much, Obase. Don't fit. Thank you so much for the comment and motivation. I appreciate you. Please, you can share the link in all your social media handles. Okay? If you have any contribution, if you have any input, you can let me know. Thank you so much for your motivation. You understand? We have somebody online, the participant was just appreciating me. Leaders equally need motivation. At times we need internal, at times external motivation. That's how life is. We need to help each other positively. We need to help each other intellectually, financially, in all aspects based on what you can provide. It's not a competition. Thank you so much for the external motivation. I appreciate you. So I was talking about the seed habit synergy to synergize. You understand? You work as a team. Two heads is better than one. Creative cooperation. We adventure together to produce results, solutions to our problems, findings on how to expand our organization, on how to expand ourselves. That is how life is supposed to be. It doesn't happen on its own. It only happens when we work as a team. It is a process. Okay, it is a process, and processes like this, we express ourselves, our experiences in different ways. You understand? And that is, cooperation is very important. No human being is an island. At times I see some people, they're like, I can do it alone. I don't need to do it with anybody. It's okay. Just do yours, I do mine. Okay, let's not work as a team. It doesn't pay. Teamwork is the best, believe me. Just imagine you work as a team, you come up with different ideas. The end result will be massive. The end result will be massive, unlike when you are doing it alone. You understand? Working as a team together, they can produce far better results than they could do individually. If you work as a team, your result is going to be tremendous, sophisticated, unlike when you work as an individual. Okay? Synergy leads us to discover jointly things. When you synergize, you learn things jointly, you discover new things, and we equally discover ourselves. So, synergy is not about just you, it's about teamwork, cooperation, and creativity. While you work with your team, you experience a lot of new things, you equally discover some innate abilities which you didn't know. You discover new skills about your personality, about your being, about yourself. It's a whole great idea. Okay? The idea of synergy talks about a whole, okay, is greater than the sum of a part. Meaning we work as a team, we match our ideas, we give input to form perfect result. Okay? One plus one equals what? Three. or 6 or 60, you name it. We join our resources, we join our skills, we merge our intellect, our ideas, our ideologies, okay, to form an outstanding result. When people work together genuinely and they are open to each other, they influence each other positively. I'm telling you the truth. When people genuinely work together with an open mind, they influence each other positively. Believe me, if you have no ulterior motives, you work as a team, you come up with new insight every day. The capability of inventing new approaches increases because of the teamwork. That is how it is supposed to be. That is how it is supposed to be. You know, we need to value our differences, our individual differences. Yeah, we are not the same. We have our different skills, we have our different abilities, but we need to learn how to manage ourselves. We need to learn how to value differences among us, okay, to synergize, to work cooperatively. Do you truly value your mental, emotional, and psychosocial needs? This is a big question. Do you truly, okay, value your mental, your psychosocial needs, your emotional needs among yourselves, among people? It's very important. Some of you who have done psychology, I'm sure you know Eric Erikson. You know Abraham Maslow. Abraham Maslow, his hierarchy of needs. We have belonging. We must belong somewhere. We have safety. At times we need to work as a team because we believe that in that team we are safe and we watch each other back, unlike working alone. If you like, go and read Abraham Maslow hierarchy of need. Belonging, you need to belong somewhere and you need to give your input somewhere. Or do you wish everyone would just agree with you so you could get along? Some of us just want people to agree with us, just to agree with what we say, and we don't want them to give contributions about what we say. We need to have this simplicity, this simple mindset to be stand to be corrected. At times, tell people, what is your feedback based on my project? What is your feedback based on my production? What is your feedback about my book? We need to seek commentaries in order for us to expand, in order for us to experience a new beginning. There are leaders that they don't want to be commented. They just like compliment. When you correct them or when you give your proposition based on activities that they do or they did, they find it offensive. They find it offensive. They need positive affirmation. They don't need something negative. Like I said, we have types of leaderships, which I explained. Okay. We have a transactional leader. He or she identifies his strengths and weaknesses and work toward it to become perfect. As a leader, you need to identify your strengths and weaknesses. If you have low self-esteem as a leader, you need to work toward it. Try to work it out. Practice. Stay in your room or bedroom, speak alone, stand in front of the mirror, say, I can do it. I am positive. I can, and keep doing it. You have to keep doing it. Don't just fold your arms and sleep. It's practice. Most of the great people we see today, they started somewhere. They didn't just wake up one morning and became great. Read their stories, read their biographies, read their motivational speeches. Okay, there's a price to pay. In everything we do, there's a price to pay. Many people mistake uniformity for unity. Unity is paramount in all organizations. Unity is paramount. Some people don't know the difference between uniformity, unity, sameness, and oneness. According to them, it is the same. Okay? Yeah, some people might be like, oh, Miss B, this your lesson is boring. We know all these things. It's not all about knowing, but you need to put it into action. You need to put it in practice. We are all leaders, and we need to start doing it now because time lost can never be regained. We have no time to waste. Okay? We need to be zealous about life. We need to identify our strength, our weaknesses, and we work towards that. That is how life is. That is how life is. We need to identify our strength, our weaknesses, we cooperate to perform better. If you have any question at the end of this session, or when my videos are all uploaded, when my videos are uploaded on YouTube, you can comment. If you want to take part during the next session, if you want to appear live, I can invite you. We have a great dialogue. So the seed habit, which I spoke about, it's about synergy. In a summary, to synergize means two heads are better than one. Okay? It's a habit that encourages creative cooperation, working as a team. Okay? I don't know where you are. Probably you are a family person, or you have a school, or you have a company, or you have an organization, or you're a leader in a community. Try to work as a team because teamwork pays. Two heads are better than one. Okay? Okay, now we are going to talk about the last habit. Remember, these are 7 habits of highly effective people written by Stephen Covey. Okay, Stephen Covey. So now the 7th habit is sharpen the saw. Who knows what a saw is? I made a mistake. I was supposed to come with a knife, as an illustration. Sharpen the saw. The saw is like the big knife that people use to trim. You can use it to fell down trees or to cut down trees. Okay, it's common, especially those doing timber work. If you have timbers, that is a saw. You need to sharpen it. If the saw is not sharpened, it cannot be used to fell down trees. So you must sharpen your saw. This is the habit of daily self renewal. When we talk about sharpening the saw, we are not talking about the physical knife or the machete or the saw itself, which is used to trim or cut down trees. It's about you and I, okay, working on ourselves, renewing our abilities, our skills daily. This is a daily self renewal. You need to work on yourself daily. Don't say it's okay. I know how to do it. I don't need to learn anything. I'm already a good speaker. I have spoken in so many conferences, so I don't need to listen to others. No, we don't have to do that. As leaders, we need to sharpen our saw. We need to develop ourselves daily. Self development. I keep telling people, let me illustrate. I keep telling people, buy sticky notes. These are all sticky notes. Buy sticky notes, write your activities. You see, I have written my activities here. I have sticky notes. I place them on my table. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to learn today? That is how we are supposed to live. We need to sharpen the saw. We need to renew ourselves, our skills, okay? To become perfect, to become that personality, that person which we want to become. We don't strive to become like others. We need to be unique in the way we do things. I am Miss B and I can't change. I can't try to be Miss A. I do what I'm perfect in doing. I work on myself to develop my personality. We need to live a balanced life. Sharpen the saw means preserving and enhancing the greatest asset you have. Did you hear that? Sharpen the saw means preserving and enhancing the greatest asset you have. Some of us, we have a lot of talent, we have skills, we have potentials, but we don't use it. They are dormant. After today's lesson, after today's teaching, I believe that our skills will no longer be dormant. That potential, that skill which is dormant in you, you need to revive it. You need to rediscover it. You need to rebrand it. You need to preserve it from death. You need to preserve it from attrition. Many people are suffering today because They had skills, they had things which they were not aware of, and they are of age. I call it nightism. They have attained their nightism, okay, probably in their 80s and 70s. That is the time that they are discovering that I had this ability. We cannot turn back the hands of time. Time lost can never be regained, okay? You need to start preserving that skill which you have, that talent which you have. Use them and cause a change in your community, in your country, in your association, in your organization. As a leader, it means having a balanced program for self renewal. Okay? We need to live a balanced life. Most of the times, I tell my friends, I tell my colleagues that living a balanced life is very important. We need to live a balanced life physically, social and emotional, mentally and spiritual. Equilibrium. Everything is supposed to equate. It is supposed to be at its equilibrium. We need to live a balanced life. Some people hustle out their ass, okay, and they eat like an ant. It's crazy. We need good health. We need to relax, okay? We need to live a balanced life. And how can we live a balanced life? We need to plan. We need to daily renew ourselves. We need to learn new things. We need to upgrade. We need to be innovated. Let's live a balanced life. Some leaders work all their life, they have no time to rest. Other leaders, they spend time leisuring. They don't read, they don't do other activity. Believe me, that is not life. That is no life. We need to live a balanced life. Our spiritual aspect is top notch. Our physical health is perfect. Our social and emotional being is phenomenal. That is how we need to live as leaders. We need to be healthy. If your health is affected, how do you expect to be productive? If your health is affected, you become dormant, you become reactive, productivity declines. You can't lead your community, you can't lead your organization if you are sick. So we need to spend time to exercise, we need to spend time to live a balanced life, spend time with family, spend time spiritually and more. That is sharpening the saw. As you renew yourself each day, okay, as you renew the 4 areas of your life each day, you create growth and change in your life. Believe me, practice this. If you are not doing this after this session, believe me, do it. As you renew yourself every day, especially when you focus on the 4 areas which I mentioned, you will experience a transformation in your mind, in your growth. You will see a change in your life. Believe me, I teach what I do. So people ask me, oh, Miss B, do you have leisure time? Do you rest? I said, of course. I live a balanced life. We all need to live a balanced life. Sharpen the soul keeps you fresh so you can continue to practice other 6 habits. You get the point, right? So we have 7 habits of highly effective people. And the seventh habit is sharpen the saw. So sharpen the saw keeps you fresh, energized, energetic to keep practicing the other 6 habits of highly effective people. Please sharpen your saws. If you are not doing that, you need to sharpen your saw. Believe me, you need to be renewed. I keep telling some people, some men of God, I'm like, you're a man of God, that is your calling. Okay, you need time to rest, you need time to relax, you need time for other activities. You need to live a balanced life. You need to be healthy because you are leading a congregation. If your health is affected, how will you lead that congregation? So you need to live a balanced life. Physically, you are strong. Emotionally, you are strong. Health wise, mentally, you are strong. Socially, you are perfect. Okay? You increase your capacity to produce and handle the challenges around you. When you sharpen the saw, when you renew your strength, your abilities daily, okay, you have an edge or an upper hand to overcome challenges, obstacles that comes around you daily. That's just the truth. If there's an obstacle or if there's a problem, It's easier for you to handle it because it's a daily habit. You have your daily standard, you have your daily objective. You plan for yourself. There are things you discover about yourself, there are things you do. Some people, when they are faced with problems, they panic. When they are faced with challenges, they panic. As leaders, we are supposed to handle problems, challenges amicably with wisdom. You are not supposed to be panicking. When you panic, what do you expect your subordinate to do? So if you don't sharpen the saw when problems or challenges come around you, definitely you faint off because you have not practiced, you have not renewed your abilities, you are not working on yourself daily. You keep relying on all archaic knowledge, not knowing that you can sharpen the saw, you can work on yourself, you can improve yourself. Believe me, work on yourself. It's not all about money. You might not have money now, but when you work on yourself, your abilities, your skills, it will chase money. Money will chase you. Money will chase you. You will not only chase money. Money will chase you. Believe me. Believe me. If you don't renew your daily activities every day, your body becomes weak. Just imagine you keep doing the same thing over and over again. Redundancy, it's boring. Even as a teacher, let's say you are teaching and you don't change your techniques or your teaching styles or your teaching methods, it becomes boring and your students can easily predict you. You need to be unpredictable. You need to improve on yourself every day. You need to improve on your techniques every day. You need to come up with new ideas, new solutions to problems, innovative ideas to make you top notch. We need to be strong psychologically, in the mind, mechanically, okay, in our emotions, in our spirit, insensitive. We need to be strong. We need to sharpen the saw, right? How many of us are willing to renew our activities daily? How many of us are willing to take it as a bold step and say, I have to put myself in order, I have to discipline myself, I must live a balanced life? How many of us are willing to live a balanced life? Please, we all should try and live a balanced life. Please, let's live a balanced life. Living a balanced life is fruitful. It makes you healthy. It makes you fresh. It makes you feel elated. You don't feel bored. But doing the same thing over and over again is crazy. It drives you nuts. It's boring. Okay, you can pamper yourself mentally and spiritually, or you can go through life obvious to your well-being. Pamper yourself good, live a right life, do what is right. You can procrastinate and miss out on the benefit of good health and exercise, all left to you. Remember, when I started this lesson of 7 habits, right, I explained what a habit is. I said a habit is a way of life, it's a belief, okay, it's a fundamental rule that some people put in practice. And we have positive and negative habits. And I explained the positive habit. Positive habit is planning, being disciplined, organizing yourself, okay, renewing your strength, ability, your intellect. Why negative habit is procrastinating, okay, saying I will do it, and you never do it. You don't have a plan, you don't have a chart, you don't do exercises, you are living a lifeless life. I keep saying it, I'm sorry to say this on air. I keep telling people that a man with no plan is living a lifeless life. A man with no purpose, with no direction, is like a dead man. You need to identify your purpose as a leader. You need to identify your strengths and weaknesses. You need to identify that calling which you have as a leader. And you lead your people in peace, in harmony, and in love. If you don't have all these, time waits for no one. Start asking yourself, what are my skills? What are my potentials? Try to distinguish between a gift, a talent, a potential, and a skill. Distinguish from all those things. Ask yourself, what are my innate abilities? What are the things I can do? When you answer the questions, try to work on them. And believe me, you will see yourself thrilling. You will see yourself mounting higher. Believe me, believe me. You can revitalize yourself and face a new day in peace and harmony. You can change things. You can revitalize yourself. You can change things. Okay? You can make things work for you. If only you are disciplined as a leader. If only you are positive and you have a positive mindset. Some people are positive. They give positive affirmation always, but their mindset is still negative. But their mindset is still fixed. You need to envision yourself doing your activities daily, working toward it to accomplish that goal. Okay? Or do you want to wake up in the morning full of apathy because you get up and you go up, you go down, you go this? You don't need to be sympathetic. Some people look at themselves, they cry, why is my life like this? Why are things happening to me like this? What is happening to me? Why are my things always like that? It's not all about giving this remorseful or sympathetic or empathetic word. You need to stand on your feet. You need to discipline yourself. You are going out, you're going in. What are your objectives? What will you learn in a day? How will you improve that organization daily? How will you improve yourself? How will you impact knowledge on your students or your congregation or your community? As a leader, those are the things you need to think of. You need to start empowering yourself daily in order to empower people. To whom more is given, more is required. If you can't empower yourself as a leader, do you think you'll be able to empower people out there? Food for thought. Charity begins at home. Food for thought. If you can't empower yourself, will you be able to empower others? I doubt. For you to empower others, you need to empower yourself. You need to work on yourself. Every day provides a new opportunity for renewal. Every day is a blessing. Every day provides a new opportunity, a great opportunity for us to renew our strength, for us to renew ourselves physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Are you ready to embrace this change? Are you ready to embrace this new renewal? Are you ready to embrace this new opportunity to recharge yourself instead of hitting the wall? Some people have become boxers overnight. You hit the wall, and when you see the blood, you're happy. Are you ready to embrace change? Or do you want to keep hitting the wall every day? Food for thought. All it takes is the desire, knowledge, and skill. All it takes is the desire, knowledge, and skill. I'm going to end here. If you desire knowledge, God gives knowledge. Have the desire, have the quest, have the passion, have the zeal for what you want to do as a leader. Discipline yourself, put yourself in order, recharge yourself, be open minded. You're going to do something powerful. Okay? Keep this in your mind. If you have any question, if you want to empower yourself, if there's something you want to do and you don't know how to go about it, you can always write me on Instagram or TikTok, English Express with Miss B, or on YouTube. I will guide you through this process or give you some tips. If you need books to read, I will give you books to read. Okay? Communication is the key. The key is communication. We need to keep talking. We need to express ourselves. We need to be proactive. We need to be responsible for our actions and not the actions of others. We don't need to blame people for the things happening in our lives. We need to be responsible. We are not supposed to be reactive. We are not supposed to be negative. We are supposed to see life as positive. Let's look at the positive side of life and let's work on our abilities, on our skills to become perfect leaders anywhere we are. We lead by examples. All it takes is the desire, the knowledge, and the skill. Once you desire it, keep doing it. Sharpen the Saw is the seven habits of highly effective people. If you stick to it, it will guide you to understand the other six habits and to apply it it in your day to day living and to become that iconic leader which you have always desired to be in life, that world changer, that visionary, that vision bearer, that great entrepreneur which you want to be. It's gonna happen. Just desire it. Believe you can do it. I can do it. It's possible. I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to renew myself. I'm going to work on my strength. I'm going to work on my weaknesses. I can do it. I am doing it. Stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe. Encourage Miss B by sharing the link. Thank you. See you for our next session. Bye.